Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. Welcome on back in the building. And I got a very special guest with me. It's I.O.W Sports Network. We talking football. No more Olympics. No more baseball. We ain't worried about no baseball. Ain't no basketball. We ain't talking no basketball. We talking football. That good old NFL. Hey, we about to preview a team in the AFC North. So I had to bring my guy back. Hey, you just got to tune in and see who's here with me and which team we about to talk about, man. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. Welcome on back in the building. Another episode of I.O.W Sports Network. Hey, man, I ain't going to hold y'all too long. I ain't going to flap my gums too much. Let's get down to it because we talking football. Because football season is right around the corner. We in the midst of training camp, preseason, and we're going to preview the 2024 season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I had to bring my guy back. He's no stranger to the show. And when I want to talk Pittsburgh Steelers, I reach out to this guy, the one, the only, my man PT in the building. What's happening with you, man?
Let's go. Thank you.
Always a pleasure to chop it up, talk Pittsburgh Steelers football with you, PT. Before we get started, my brother, because I already know that you be having some good things going on with your nonprofit organization and your websites and all that stuff. So, man, hey. Let the people know where they can follow you and support your efforts that you be doing in the community, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I would definitely say check out my podcast called The Real Leadership Podcast with Peyton Tomlin. On there, man, we're talking about building professional and personal leaders, man. I built leaders. You know what I mean? So check that out. Also, I do have a website. Real Training Solutions, man. Check me out.
No doubt. But when he's not trying to make the world a better place, he is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So, hey, man, let's get down to it, man. Let's get down to it. Obviously, we talked earlier this year as you waved that terrible towel. You get Russell Wilson. You get Justin Fields. So how's this quarterback competition shaping up so far, man? And what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man, I think it's a good competition. I think it's a real competition. Right? I think a lot of people thought, hey, Russ is just going to come in here and dominate. You know, even Tomlin said he has the pole position, right? So there's going to be a level of respect for Russ, especially what he came off of in Denver. Right, so we're not going to dog him. We'll give him an opportunity. But Russ been hurt, and Justin's been taking those snaps. And Justin, man, that's your Ferrari, man. You know, Russ is definitely your Subaru. You know, he's going to get you right. He's going to get you there. You're going to be safe with Russ. But, man, we got this Ferrari sitting in the parking lot, man, and we want to get that thing going.
Hey, I dig it. What are some of the main concerns that you are worried about, which is still is so far between draft, free agency, training camp, and so far only a little bit of preseason. What are some of the things that kind of got you like, damn, man, I hope we get this fixed before regular season starts, man? So go ahead and speak on that.
Well, one is just snapping the ball, right? If we could just
handle that, right? Handle that, right?
We could just go from center to quarterback exchange. I think we'd be a long way. The biggest thing, though, man, is the cohesiveness, man. We got a bunch of new in there, mm-hmm. right? New offense coordinator, new wide receiver coach, new quarterback coach, new quarterbacks. Right, we got a good rookie class that we drafted, man. We spent a lot of money on that offensive line. That was definitely our Achilles heel for the past couple years. But it's just is getting together, man, and really, we need a number 2 receiver, man. Mm-hmm. And our rookie from Michigan just went down, so. If you put 5 people on GP, man, on George Pickett, who else can get open? That's the question for us right now.
True. That makes it real tough. As we record this, PT, as you talk about it, getting another wide receiver, and I keep hearing too much chatter on BA. Whether Brandon I.O.W is going to be at Pittsburgh still or not. Just kind of give me your thoughts about that whole situation, because I know it got to be a little frustrating, because it's like, do we got him or do we don't? What's going on? So, like, is he coming? Like, what's happening? So, kind of speak on that, my brother.
Yeah, man. So as a fan, I could tell you, 1 minute I saw the text that said we got him. It was a voice commitment. He should be coming. Then the next thing I know, we don't have him. Mm-hmm. Right? So kind of like what you said, I see that we offered him $28 million. But San Fran's not trying to let him go for that. I think they want some players, and the players that they want from us, we're not willing to give up. So one thing I heard, not Hayward, our other defensive end, I can't think of his name right now. Hightower, right? Not Hightower. Opposite of TJ Watt, man. They said they want him. We're not giving him up. You know what I mean? We just want to pay him. So, and then they want a wide receiver. Well, what wide receiver do we give you outside of GP? Now, I'm willing to give up a bunch of them for BA. Once we let DJ go, we don't have that guy who can get open on every play. So we need that quick guy who can do that. But everything points like he's coming. We just need San Fran to stop being so stingy on what they want.
Yeah. Sound like they stingy with the compensation that's kind of holding this deal up for making it official. So I mean, it's definitely got to be frustrating as a fan to just be like, "Hey, man, come on, man," because I already know that you was already having dreams of the connection between BA and Pickens and what they was gonna be able to do, bro.
Hey, look, I was already telling people Super Bowl party at my house, man. like it's already, the tickets already on sold, man. Like, come on out, come to the crib. Come watch the Super Bowl with the Steelers. I'm on that,
Oh man, my man said we already own that, man. I love the confidence, man. So, to follow that up, obviously, Pickens, you're hoping to get BA and make it finalized. How you liking your running game? You think Najee Harris is going to turn it up another notch this year? You think he's about to tap into Alabama Najee and just go crazy this year?
I do, man. I think having Arthur Smith, who is known for running the ball, right? And you see what he did with Najee's mentor out there in Tennessee with the big boy out there, man. So I think our running game will be the catalyst of this offense. We won't be pretty. We're not going to be throwing the ball around. We're not going 5 wide. We're going to have 3 tight end sets with 1, receiver out there with 2 running backs in the back, or however they're going to lever that up, man. It's going to be still a football. We getting back to Steeler football, man. We don't have Ben Roethlisberger back there throwing that ball anymore. We don't have the killer bees. So we're gonna have our Subaru turn around and hand that ball off to the two-headed monster.
That man said a Subaru.
He will let a Subaru until we get the Ferrari. Once the Ferrari come in, that's a change up.
Now I feel you. Hey, Subarus are reliable. Just know that, folks. Subarus are reliable. You can ride them things for 120,000 miles as long as you just change the oil. That's it. Just make sure
you get 28 touchdowns and 6 picks. That's what you get, and we'll take that.
Oh, that's that to me. If you ask me, PT, because I know Russ gets a lot of flack. I know Russell gets a lot of flack. But what he did his last year in Denver, I would be, if I'm a GM, I would be foolish not to take that on my team, to take, double-digit touchdowns that he had and less than double-digit interceptions. What's wrong with that?
Hey, man, listen, we had 3 quarterbacks play for us last year, and combined they didn't come up to 28 and 6. You know what I mean? So absolutely, I would take that. But he is cautious sometimes, and I think getting Justin Fields, Justin still holds on to that ball a little bit too long, man. Like, he has to see that opening besides sometimes throwing them open. And that's kind of the difference that you see when you're watching him, But if he could get there, man, those legs, we already got Lamar, but now we might have baby Lamar in the same division, and this could definitely get crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of division, man, let's kind of speak on the AFC North. How you feeling about the other teams in the division so far in comparison to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I think tough, man. I think the one thing that the advantage we might have, at least for the first half of the season, is we got a completely new offense. So people might be familiar with Arthur Smith, but you don't know what Arthur Smith is going to do with the talent that he has with us now. Yeah. So, they got to watch that. Now, the bad side of that is the way that they set up our schedule, we don't play any division games to the back half of the season. So we got like a 9-week stretch where we got to play Cleveland twice, Cincy twice, Baltimore twice. Then you throw Kansas City in there on Christmas. Yeah. And they just kind of, that gets tough for us on the back end. But hopefully we're already moving and grooving, because if Joe Burrow could stay healthy and they could sign T. Higgins back, I don't know if they signed him yet or not. And then you're looking at what Baltimore did with that to boost that running game. Cleveland, Cleveland's Cleveland, man. I don't know. You don't know what Deshaun Watson you're going to get, man. Like, is he still getting massages or is he pre-massage? You know what I mean? We don't know what he's getting, You
a fool, PT. You a fool, boy.
So, yeah, paid, man. And it looked like he's still getting those massages because he seemed a little relaxed in the games.
Hey, bro, you a little bit too relaxed, man. You good?
Man, he like, yeah, I'm super good. And then he got hurt. So, we'll throw the shot out there for what he is, but
yeah. I feel you.
We got a good chance this year.
Okay. Let's go in this direction. If you were to rank the AFC North right now, 1 being the best, obviously 4th being the last in the division, go ahead. Give us a ranking on this tough division right now.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to say this, but I got to say it, right? You know what? Nah, I'm not going to say it because I think Steelers can be one. We beat Baltimore the past 3 or 4 times we played them. Baltimore hasn't beaten us in a long time. Okay. But they are definitely a close 2.
Okay.
I just kind of think we have their number for the most part, but they're definitely, depending on how that schedule falls, if they get ahead of us, 8-0 or something like that, then they might take the number 1 seed. But I think we're definitely right there with Baltimore. I think Cincy missed their window. I think they had the early Joe. They had the early connection. They made the time. They got the run to the Super Bowl, and I think they're falling off now. So I think between us two, us in Baltimore like it always has been for years. And I think this year we might get them again.
Okay, and Cleveland gonna bring up the rear, huh?
Always. No respect for Cleveland. None.
Oh, that's wild. That is wild. Hey man, hey, I love it. I love the confidence you got in your squad for sure. Here's what I always respect about Pittsburgh, because I don't think a lot of people put enough respect in continuity, and you guys have been the same consistently ran franchise for damn all my life. I'm 37 years old, and you talking about same owners. You rarely change GMs. You rarely change coaches. Like literally, the only time y'all change coaches is when they retire. They say, "Man, I can't do this no more. I want to spend time with my family." From Chuck Noll to Bill Cowher, and then Mike Tomlin just read up, so he's not going nowhere. No soon. Kind of speak on the advantages on having that continuity that you guys got in that franchise, man.
Yeah, man. You know, when you have an identity and you're not changing it every year or 2 years or 3 years, man, the plan works. You know, football isn't hard, man. The route tree is the route tree. You can only block so many ways. There's only so many plans, but you got to have a plan. You got to know who you are year in and year out. And I think still a football is. I think we might have got away from that a little bit under that Matt Canada window, trying to figure out something new with a young coordinator, but we're back to still a football. And listen, I'm 49 years old, man. I've been through Noel, Coward, and now Mike T. You know what I mean? So I've been through the Super Bowl wins, man. We know what it is to get there. Mm-hmm. We've all been there. All coaches been there. We know it. So now we just keep doing it. And every year we're not changing, man. Look at the Raiders. How many coaches have they just had in the past few years? Like, you can't win like that.
Hey, PT. The Raiders are paying 3 coaches right now. Only one head coaching job. You're paying 3 coaches right now, and there's only one head coaching job. They still owe money to John Gruden on that 10-year, $100 million contract. Mm-hmm. They got rid of Josh McDaniels. They're paying him. And Antonio Pierce, who they hired to clean up the mess, he has to get paid. There's 3 coaches paying right now, man.
Yeah, and when you're winning, it's easy to say that as a Steeler fan. My T has no losing season, so we're always in contention, right? But you got to trust the source, man. You got to trust that the ideology, the right coaches, the right players will come. Now, do you give them 10 years to do so? No, maybe not, but you can't do it every 3 years either.
Yeah.
So that's why I think our continuity works. We understand running the ball, fundamentals. We don't get caught up with the newness of some of these offenses. Some people want to say, okay, well, running backs don't matter anymore, so don't pay them and get them off the teams for the most part. Nah, let's pay Najee. Because in the winter, Najee's going to be the guy. You got to come to Pittsburgh in December or January to win. And you ain't got no running game. You want to throw that ball around in the bird?
Good luck.
Good luck. Acting short ain't having it. So I think we good. We got a tank back there, and we got a little Humvee. So, man, we ready to go.
I feel it. Rest of this AFC. I think the AFC is I don't want to say head and shoulders above the NFC, but I think the AFC is more competitive, and I think they just got the better teams if you're comparing conferences. For me personally, I'll probably go about 7 to 8 teams deep in the AFC. NFC, I probably can name off maybe 2 to 3 teams that I know for sure might have a good run at the Super Bowl. So, kind of give your thoughts on how you think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to measure up in conference in the AFC, because I think it's a tougher conference.
Yeah, absolutely. certain, Buffalo's a problem. KC is a big problem, right? 15 is a problem for everybody.
Yeah.
Miami with that speed, man, but Miami has problems when they're outdoors and they're in the cold, right? Buffalo just lost their wide receiver. So how do they look now without having that number one guy, certified number one guy there? KC, like I said, is the problem. Our division, it's tough, man. But I think if you could come out of this division, out of the AFC, man, you've been war tested.
Yeah.
So your record is your record. In the NFC, you got San Francisco, you got Minnesota could do maybe something. Philly, Dallas is always letting their fans down. They'll play good and then they'll choke in the playoffs, man. You got, and I forgot to mention on the AFC real quick, that Texan team is scary.
Yes.
That Texan team, that's a scary team right there, man. And they might be the ones to take the head off of that Kansas City Dragon. And then
Jay Stroud, the truth, man.
He is the truth. Now the question is, if he has to come up against the San Francisco team, can he beat them being so young? That's that's coach on coach, right? They come from the same tree. So that could get a little bit challenging for them on that, where Kansas City, they don't have to worry about that tree familiarity, right? They just keep beating the Shanahan tree all the time. So this should be a good year, man. But like I know, it all comes down to who's healthy at the end, right? If 15 goes down, Kansas City's not a problem.
Yeah, hey man, don't put that juju on me, Tom. Come on.
Not saying he seemed to be good. We seen him play on one leg before.
Hey man, don't put that juju on me, PT. I am done with football that season if that ever happens. I am done. Let's go to NBA. Let's talk about baseball. Is it time for the Olympics again? Winter Olympics? Is that good? No, I'm so serious, man. If 15 goes down, man, man, I don't even want to think about it, man. Before I get you out of here, man, just kind of break down the overall thoughts and feelings of your team in a whole, on some of the positives that you think that's going to take you guys to the top of this division, man.
Yeah, man, we're very excited this year, man. I look at all the training videos, man. Our draft class is good and coming up. Zach Fraser, man, the kid we got out of West Virginia, man, I think he's going to start at center. Then our draft class from last year is stepping up a lot too, man. We got good defensive ends. We're going back to Pittsburgh. We brought in a lot of different. PQ from Baltimore is a huge. I
can't believe they let that man go in the division like that.
Man, me neither. But hey, God bless them, man. God bless them. And what he does for the middle, we haven't been whole in the middle of our defense since Shazier. So to have this guy who could go sideline to sideline with that speed, then we drafted Peyton Wilson, who is very similar if he could stay healthy. Yeah. This guy ran a 4.4 in the combat, as a linebacker, middle linebacker. So we're going back to Pittsburgh, man. Like we're becoming something different. Joey, JPJ got another year under his belt. Corey Trice, who was in the same draft class with JPJ, who got injured last year in preseason, he's back. Another 6'2", 6'3" cornerback that you got to try to throw over. He's long. And now we getting that offensive line together, brother. Like we are coming back. If you can't stop our run with that play action, that's a problem. Right? That's AFC North football, man. So, and that's how we dominate. That's how we've been dominating. Whether it's us, whether it's the Ravens, whether it's the Bengals. I even throw Cleveland in there just because they're part of the team, part of the AFC North. But they got Chubb.
I don't know which team you hate the most of the division. I don't know if it's Cleveland or Baltimore, because hey, you didn't throw so much shade on Cleveland today. It's starting to look like Cleveland, man.
I don't like Baltimore, but we respect Baltimore at least.
True.
Cleveland's just trash, you know. like they're just trash, man. They've been trash. We just don't like them. Maybe because they're too close to us, right? You know, we're all close to that Western PA border, man. And they don't make any sense, you know. So, you don't know how you pay that much for a quarterback who like too many massages. How you give him more money to get more massages? But you know, we'll leave that there for Cleveland, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's been wild, man. Hey, man, like always, PT, man, I always appreciate you giving me your time. I know you're a busy man. You out here changing the world because I've been peeping what you've been doing with your organization and trying to make some of these young men turn boys into men, dare I say. So I really respect that and love the work that you're doing, man. If there's anything that you want to ever plug or just help need advertisement or get eyes on your content, please, man, don't be shy to reach out to me, man, because I'm a big fan of you, PT. Big fan of you, man. So one more time, man. Give the people all the information that they need to know to help support your cause, my brother. Go ahead.
Definitely check out the podcast, man. We build leaders. I definitely need to get you on the podcast, man, so we can talk about
anytime, bro.
Stuff, man. And then you know, go to my website, www at Real Training Solutions, man. You'll find me there. Look me up. I do all type of coaching. I do work with the youth, as you mentioned, and we're just here to make people better, man, and live a fulfilled life. So that's what we're on, my brother.
No doubt. Hey, on behalf of my good man PT, I'm Wildcard Mario. Y'all know where to find me. All the social media for I.O.W Sports Network is at the bottom, or just go to my Twitter page, KC Wildcard Mario. Y'all know me. I got so many podcasts like I'm Jamaican, so I be posting all my stuff over there. So tap in with us. There you have it. My man PT broke down his Pittsburgh Steelers for the 2024 season. We look forward to seeing what they do. Hey, and don't forget, matter of fact, I'm going to bring you back on the show because my Chiefs, your Steelers, Christmas Day. We'll preview that game. It's wow, a Wednesday? Wow. Anyway,
crazy.
I know, crazy, right? But hey, man, I really appreciate you, PT. Y'all tap in with PT and all the great stuff that he has going on. Tap in with I.O.W Sports Network. Until then, hey, man.